Start with the markets in the midterms. Control of Congress still up in the air as Democrats did outperform expectations. NBC has not made a call on control of the House or the Senate, but Democrats did pick up a Senate seat in Pennsylvania, with other key races like those in Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, and Wisconsin still undecided. Meantime, battle for the House remains too close to call. The latest NBC News model forecasts that if the GOP wins the chamber, the majority may be smaller than many had expected. I think it's Evercore this morning, Jim, thinks maybe it could be 5-7. It'll be interesting if McCarthy chooses to run for leader, what kind of deal he can put together.
No red wave. I mean, given the scope of what the GOP had, I mean, they think about it. In their favor, they had Biden inflation, they had Democrat on crime, immigration, the fact that we thought that Biden was disliked, and Schumer and Pelosi, they had everything. And I'm wondering whether it isn't women who hate the GOP. My friend John Ellis helped me in this, because this was, I think, a stunning non-victory for the GOP. I mean, I thought we'd come in here this morning and be like the red wave would just engulf us.
Well, the expectations were, of course, that they would take the House, and perhaps handily so. It does appear that they are likely to take the House. However, as we just pointed, as NBC's at least projected, perhaps not by that many seats. And the Senate, very much a toss-up right now.
Yeah.
Certainly, you could even come down to a runoff in Georgia, where we've seen that before, of course, in the last presidential election, where both Senate seats went the way of the Democrats, and there were runoffs there.
I was even more astonished that, I was watching everybody. I mean, to me, this was supposed to be the critical midterm election. Typically, you don't have that as critical presidential election. But, I was watching, say, the Oz race. I'm from Pennsylvania. And that was supposed to be, in the end, Fetterman was supposed to be failing badly. A lot of people were supposed to be failing badly. Governor of New York was supposed to be failing badly. And it just didn't happen. And I wonder, again, what's the woman vote? Because I think that holds the key. That's Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, of course, there are some examples of a red wave, say, south of the Florida-Georgia line.
True.
But Michigan's going to hold the governorship and the legislature for the first time in several decades. Is the market disappointed, do you think, in some of this?
I think the markets will ultimately try to figure out how to deal with whether the Republicans actually get the House. But no, I think the market's not disappointed as just kind of flummoxed, just kind of didn't expect that, not trying to compute it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. You can't compute it fast enough. I mean, the algorithms don't work when you're trying to figure when you have a red wave and you didn't get one.
Right.
The algos are not ready yet.
There's a lot more news today that may have an impact on the market than this election.
I think that's very true.
Yeah.
And the election, I expected it to overshadow everything, but I do my what I'm looking at, and the top blanks are bigger than the rest of the stuff I have to say.
Because we got a lot of good, interesting corporate news today.